Good morning from sunny Holland. You're probably wondering what the situation is with the heating system. For those who didn't know, in the last episode, my heating just stopped working. Now it has temporarily started working again, but that doesn't mean that it's fixed. It could go wrong at any moment, and obviously in the Arctic, that could spell disaster. As you might have heard at the very end of the last episode, Truma, who make the heating system, recommended that I came home. They don't think it's advisable to go. But for now, at least, we are going to push on with this epic adventure. Last time I saw you guys, I was located roughly around here, and I had the target of reaching the top of Denmark by Friday morning because I had a boat booked going across to Norway. Now we're currently located somewhere around here, and it is Friday morning. We missed that boat due to the disaster that struck, but there is another boat now booked from the top of Denmark to Norway for Monday morning, so that is the new target. The route itself is pretty much the same. We're just going to take the standard roads up there, but today there is a temporary target somewhere around here, and this is a very important stop. So let me just explain to you guys why we're heading to this particular location. So in the Arctic, as you can imagine, the road conditions are a little bit different to what we're used to in the UK. Now I've got the all-terrain tyres which are going to help with that, but there are some people that say they're not going to help enough. But last night I was on the phone to my mate Bruce, and he said that he might have found a solution. So you can buy little studs which screw into your existing tyres, and then at the end of the trip you can take them back out. So I've done a little bit of googling. I found out there's just loads of generic companies that sell unbranded versions on AliExpress and things like that, but then there's one legit company that seems to sell top quality ones, and they happen to have distributors all around the world. So I looked up where those distributors were. We just missed our turning, doesn't matter, we'll spin it around. And basically there is one that happens to be on our route in Germany. Well, it's definitely a tyre place, so fingers crossed. Do you speak English?
Yeah.
So they go into here?
Yeah.
They screw in?
Ah, okay. You have a screw in your tire.
No. So I'm trying to find a picture of them. All right, thank you, mate. Well, that's the end of that plan. They don't have anything like that, apparently. So I found a Burger King about 5 minutes away from here. I'm going to head back there, get me something to eat, find somewhere to park up and reformulate a plan. I'm just outside Burger King at the moment. I have no idea what I've just bought. I just clicked on something on the menu. It said it was going to be in English, but it wasn't. So, chili cheese fries. Yeah, I thought that's what that was. Oh, by the way, I paid extra by mistake for this solid plastic cup. I might stick that on eBay later, recoup some of my losses. There's bacon. Ugh. There's tomatoes. Game over. When I was waiting in there for this to get made, I came up with a fiendish plan. So I'm going to tuck into this, stay right where you are, and then I'll fill you in with the details. Now that I've removed the devil's snooker balls, that is the one. So this is a plan of how I can get the screw-in studs from the UK sent to me in Norway. I am downloading Tinder. Bear with me. I understand that Tinder is a dating app and it's not a courier parcel delivery app, but it could be. Here's my plan. I'm going to upload a couple of beautiful photos of myself. I'm going to set my location to a place called Bergen, which is down the bottom of Norway. I'm heading that way anyway. It's a nice looking place, and I think it's a city, so there should be plenty of fish in the sea. Then, once I've matched with my knight in shining armour, hopefully she will speak English, and I will be able to persuade her to let me use her delivery address to get the package sent over, and then I will go and meet her next week. What could possibly go wrong? So we'll bring up the selection of beauties, and we shall start swiping left for no and right for yes. She looks like a puzzle that's been put together wrong. Yes. 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 I found a random park up on Park for Night, so I've driven there. I'm about 40 minutes from where we were at Burger King. Closer to Denmark as well, so that is all good. The park up is okay, but it's a bit dark out there, so I can't really show you at the moment. But it is time to log back onto Tinder to see if we've caught any fish. She's loading. Would you believe it? Fish on! Fish on! Oh, you beauty. Right. Now we need to establish a connection. Hey, smiley face. Do you speak English? Good morning from sunny Germany. Once again, I had a good night's sleep. It's quite a nice little spot here. The car park itself isn't that great. The surroundings, though, they are acceptable. So for today's agenda, we need to go and find somewhere to buy a new cable. I'll show you which one in just a second. We also need to top up the van with water, and we need to get as close to the border of Denmark as possible. So the Truma is still working. You can probably hear it whirring away in the background. As you know, we replaced the cable that goes from the battery to the Truma, but we also now need to get a spare cable that goes from the panel all the way around the back and down into the Truma. Now, I'm not going to be able to replace that fully today because it goes all behind the walls. But if I have one on board and it does go wrong again, fingers crossed that is the issue, and then we can just replace that, even if I just have to do a temporary job for now. And the reason we need to top up with water, well, for obvious reasons, but also I've got a load of new cookware to go onto my induction hob, but I can't use it yet because I can't wash it up. And also, if I have water, that means I can shower in the van rather than having to use dirty showers at the services. I was just about to leave this place and head to the electrical store, and I spotted something. Check this out. So that's the car park over there. I was just pulling out of here, and look at that. Are you violent? Oh no, you're scared. See you later, mate. I'm just sat outside the electrical store. I haven't even been in there yet. I don't even know if they've got this cable, but I have been speaking to Truma again because, bad news, a code has come back onto the heater. I've actually cleared those error codes and it seems to be working again for now. So I'm not cancelling the trip just yet, but I thought I'd just keep you guys updated on the situation. This place is like a gigantic version of Curry's in the UK. Despite the fact they had about 1,000 different cables, they did not have the one that we require. But all was not lost because they did have a tuna pizza. There was a little deli and bakery section basically, so I picked that up. I also got my hands on some fresh, authentic German salami from Germany and some poppy seed bread. I'm going to show you guys how to create the ultimate German salami sandwich. Step 1 is to tear off a ball of bread. Step 2 is to get your finger in and gut the ball of bread. Take out the fluff. Step 3, using a single digit, you load the salami into the ball of bread. And this can be repeated as many times as necessary. I think 3 sounds about right for today. Step 4, admire your handiwork, as no one else is going to admire it for you. And step 5, tuck in whilst people watching in the car park of the electrical supply store. I'm assuming we're still in Germany. We have to be because I haven't gone for any border checks yet. I didn't really know where I was heading. I've just stuck somewhere in the sat-nav that says there's water for motorhomes there. So it's half an hour from here. Now I very much doubt it's going to be free and I don't have any cash on me, so we might have to come back tomorrow. I also don't know how to use my hose pipe yet. I just bought a kit from Amazon. I've not done this before, so it's going to be a learning curve, but how hard can it be? Right, what do we have here? You do stuff in here, do you stick the money in? What does that mean? Do you reckon that means there's only 39 litres inside this whole thing? And then you've got this one here, which is... Oh no, we don't want to go near that. I know what that is. Let's just say that's a feces spout. Just to clarify, it doesn't give you feces, you put them in. If that does mean that there's only 39 litres in there, wait, what happens if you press the button? Whoa! Water comes out! I was not expecting that. That must be 39 credits then. It seems we've been given a gift from the gods. Okay, that on there, would you just push? Is that it? Oh, there we go. She clicked. And then we got about that far, so we need to spin the van around. What is it doing? The feces is being churned. That opens up. We press the button and we hope there are no spillages. That's it. She is rising. Free H20 for me. Welcome to tonight's park up. The only problem is, at the entrance of it, there was a big picture of something being towed away. And I do not want to wake up to me being towed away. So I'm just trying to see what this sign says. Well, nothing of any interest. It's all in foreign. Who knows what that means? What's on the other side of it? Nah, it's all in foreign as well. Can't be for me then. The other thing that I wanted to update you guys on is my little Tinder fish. She has come through a good one. So I explained the situation. I showed on my YouTube channel to show that there's no stranger danger. And she has been good enough to send me her address so that I can get these tyre studs sent there and go and pick them up when I'm in Bergen. So honestly, that is another godsend today. Things are starting to go in the right direction. So we started the day around about here and we have driven all the way up through Germany to around about here, right outside the Danish border. That is the right word, isn't it? Danish people are from Denmark. They're not called Denmarkians. There's no place called Daneland. I'm sure, yeah, Danish. It's the Danish border. Yeah, because you get Danish cinnamon swirls and they're from Denmark. Slight issue. It's the tiniest bit too big for my pizza tray. Nah, it might work actually. Alright, I'll take it all back. That was made for it. Right, there's actually a pizza setting on here, I think. There it is. Let's just hit play on that and see what happens. That's literally just taken about, was it 7 minutes, that's all. Now then, how are we going to deal with this? I guess we just hold it like a squirrel holds a peanut and put it in the face hole. Good lunchtime from another sunny day in Germany. I'm about to hit the road, but before I do, I just want to jump in the back of the van again and have a quick biffy before we leave. Right, okay, where are we? Down here, I think. Ah, there we go. There's nothing like a breakfast biffy in the morning. It takes about 4 hours to get from the very bottom of Denmark to the very top. And we are right by the bottom of it now. But at the moment, all I'm concentrating on is getting through the border, because apparently this border is one of the only ones where they can actually stop you and question you and all sorts. Some people get through fine, some people have problems. They ask you things like, do you have accommodation booked in either Denmark or the following countries, which obviously I don't. And sometimes they even go as far as to check your bank accounts to see that you can even afford to go into these countries. Which if they do that, I'm screwed, because after this build, my bank is not looking too pretty. I think this is the border. Yes, it is. There's a police car on the right. Nobody said a thing. There wasn't even anyone in that car. Is that it? I think that was it. I'm just pulling over at these services so I can rejig my plan and organise.
Right. Then turn right.
Where? Ugh, thought there was a bear on the right. We're not in the Arctic yet, no polar bears. No, in my luck, they won't even sell biffies in this services. It's probably a Germany thing. I've no idea how to pronounce that. Pulse horn?
Then you just need a piece of candy or maybe two.
Oh, one of those will do as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I've no idea what she's just sold me. A pulse horn, but it looks quite tasty, similar to a sausage roll. I was hoping to find a toilet before I left. There is none. There's just this weird building called Toilette, but no toilet. I'm just gonna have to hold it. Look at him just poking out the end there. It's like a singular toad in the hole. A frog in a ditch. I mean, it's just about edible. Nothing to write home about. It wouldn't be worth the stamp, to be honest. At a push, I'd say you can email your loved ones about it. I have made it to northern Denmark. I'm just around the corner from the ferry port. In fact, I could see all the ships as I was pulling into this road. I'm literally just parked in a tiny little dark corner of some random little tarmac spot. But because we're so close to the boats, it means tomorrow should go smoothly. As you can maybe hear in the background, the heating is currently working. As for the big question, is it safe for me to keep going on to the Arctic with a heating system that might stop working at any point? Usually the answer to that would be no. However, there is some information which I haven't yet given you, and that is that I am the proud owner of a pair of heated socks. So worst case scenario, let's say I'm up in the Arctic, The heating stops working, the engine doesn't start, I've got no internet signal. Well, all I have to do is whip out those bad boys, slide my feet in, whack 'em up, full blast, and stroll on out of there. But on a serious note, I'm just going to monitor the situation day by day and play it by ear. And I'm going to try not to get myself in any situations where if the heating does cut out, I'm going to be stranded. In the freezing cold in the middle of nowhere, on my own. Hopefully next time you guys see me, I will be on a boat and I will be headed to Norway, and that is where the real adventure begins. So stay tuned and I will catch you next week. So there's literally about 7 parking spaces outside, and this guy has decided to come and pull up about 2 feet away from me.